Okay, folks. Rambam, we're learning the laws of prayer. Is this the right one? Let's find out. It is indeed. Welcome, folks. The Laws of Prayer, Chapter 5. Let's get right into it. Yeah. A person who prays must be careful to tend to the following 8 matters. However, if he is pressured, confronted by circumstances beyond his control, or transgresses and does not attend to one of them, they are not of absolute necessity. They are standing. In other words, we're talking about the Amida here, right? Certain parts of prayer you could sit down, but the Amida, Shemona Esrei, is our reference point, right? Amida means standing. Shemona Esrei, right? Okay. Facing the temple, right? Wherever you are, to face the temple. Preparation of person's body, meaning means going to the bathroom. Proper clothing, proper place, control of his voice, bowing, prostration. Okay, standing, what is implied? So we're going to go through each one. Generally, one should pray only while standing, meaning the Amida. Thus, while a person is sitting in a boat or a carriage, if able to stand, should do so. If not, may sit in his place and pray. Okay? Again, Shemona Esrei. We're talking about Shemona Esrei here. We're not talking about, like, if you're saying Ashrei, you could be seated by saying Ashrei, right? Generally, a person who is ill may pray even while lying on his side, provided he's able to have proper intention. Similarly, one who is thirsty or hungry is considered as one who is ill. Therefore, if he's unable to concentrate properly, he should pray. If not, he should not pray until he's eaten and drunk. So just to let you know that today, Hasidim in particular are very careful, Chabad in particular, that we should eat something before davening if we are hungry, right? You might think, oh, let me pray first because it's more important. But as the old adage of the Tzemach Tzedek, as he said to his daughter-in-law, that it's better to eat in order to pray rather than pray in order to eat, right? Because if you're going to now be hungry and rush through it, or maybe not even rush through, but have difficulty with concentration with intent, right? And davening is about intent more than anything else, more than any other mitzvah. So better that you should eat something. So we have in our generation, the Rebbe says, we are all considered ill, right? In our generation. The Alter Rebbe's generation, Chassidim, they could concentrate for an hour, 3 hours on an idea and meditate upon, right? We can't do that. We're ill. We're all ill, right? You know, it used to be, if you remember, commercials were a minute long, then they made it 30 seconds. And now you have commercials that are maybe 5 seconds. Partially is money, but a lot of it's got to do with how much we can concentrate, right?
Like, can you drink while like davening? Like I've seen it, so I'm asking.
No, that's not reverence. That's irreverent. If you go and take a drink and but in the middle, to have a couple and drink in the middle, that's not reverence. You're right. Drink, and if you need to have a drink, but not like that would not be, some people, whatever, again, remember that if you don't do it, it doesn't make it not a good prayer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So one riding on an animal should not descend from the animal, even if he has someone to hold the animal. Rather, he should sit in his place and pray so that his mind will be settled. So it's interesting. Here you're riding the animal. He's going to be more settled because he's riding the animal rather than not riding the animal. Yeah. More important to be settled of mind, because being settled of mind, you will then be able to have intent more appropriate and more properly. Facing the temple, what is implied? A person standing in diaspora should face Eretz Israel and pray. One standing in Eretz Israel should face Jerusalem. One standing in Jerusalem should face the temple. One standing in the temple should face the Holy of Holies. A blind person who was unable to determine direction, or one traveling on a boat, should direct his heart towards the divine presence and pray. Famous story tonight is Yudah Alf Nisan, the Rebbe's birthday, and the Rebbe said this by Fabringen in the I don't remember what year, 1980 something, of what's his name? Come to me. Who had a yacht, and he used to go, and he would ask the captain which way is east. Asked him several times. What's his name? He says, "Are you learning to become a captain? You want to take over my job?" He says, No. I just need to know which way is towards Jerusalem, because I pray every morning. I pray to God, so I pray in the direction to Jerusalem. This non-Jew was very taken and said, "Wow, you're such a wealthy person that you have everything that you need, and you still pray to God." A lesson in life. I never spoke about it by Fabringen. Tonight would have been
120.
Huh?
120.
40 something years ago. Right. Or yeah. Okay. Preparation of one's body, what is implied? When one stands in prayer, he should place his feet together. Oh, preparation of body. Okay, sorry. We already spoke about relieving yourself yesterday, that if you need to use the bathroom and you don't use the bathroom, right? Then that could be an abomination that that your prayer may not be accepted and you might have to pray again. There's parameters to it. So that's actually what we learned yesterday, and that can invalidate the prayer. We're not speaking about, when I said preparation of one's body, I said it about using the facilities. I was wrong. That was yesterday. Now it means like this: should place the feet together side by side, should set his eyes downwards as if he's looking at the ground, and his heart upwards as if he's standing in heaven. His hands should be resting on his heart, with the right hand clasped over the left. He should stand like a servant before the master in fear, awe, and dread. Look at that. Tanya, right there. He should not rest his hands on his hips during Amida. You're going like this, that's irreverent. You're doing the Amida, and you're standing like this, that's irreverent, right? So he's saying like this. I haven't seen, that's what he writes over here. The Rebbe didn't do that, and you don't see that other people do that for the most part. But some people might put their hands one over the other right? Huh?
How do you read from the book?
It's in front of you.
I mean, when your hand is like this.
So no, say you don't have to. He's saying this. I haven't seen that by the Rebbe or other, holy people. I haven't seen that. Again, he's not saying that you have to do it this way. It doesn't invalidate. But if you're holding your sitter, most importantly is that you're looking downwards towards your sitter. Right? Some people just, their eyes are looking at other people, or they're looking what's around. You're standing before Hashem, 3 steps back, 3 steps forward for your private audience with Hashem. That most importantly is that, that's why you're looking downwards. So you're not looking at what's going around. So you can focus on your davening with proper intent. But at the same time, where's your heart? In heaven. Proper clothing, what is implied? One should adjust his clothing to make himself neat, presentable before praying, as implied by the verse, and bow to God in resplendent holiness. One should not pray wearing only his undershirt, bareheaded or barefoot. If it is a custom for people to stand in a place to stand before their most respected people with shoes. Right. In all places, one should not hold tefillin in his hand or Sefer Torah in his arms during the Amida, since he will worry about them, right? If you're imagining you're in the middle of the Amida and you're holding a Sefer Torah, you're going to be concerned about the Sefer Torah. You don't want to let go of it. It might. So therefore, but you're not going to be as engaged. Similarly, one should not hold utensils or money in his hand. However, he may pray while holding his lulav on Sukkot, since it is a commandment on that day. That's interesting. If one is carrying a burden or less than 4 kabim on his head, when the time the Amid arrives, he should throw it over his shoulder and pray. If it is larger than 4 kabim, he should place it on the ground and then pray. It's customary for the sages and their students to pray only when wrapped in a talis, right? Wrapped in a talis, which is what we do, right? Because remember that this is a separate mitzvah from talis. We lumped it together, right? They're separate mitzvahs, but we do this together.
So people in the past used to pray without a talus. They would put on.
No, he's saying that no, it was always that way. No, but you might have individuals where you're going to work. You got to be at work at 6:30 in the morning in the field, right? So you didn't have that much time, and you could only start davening because of sunrise at you had 10 minutes. First of all, a lot of the davening, we're only speaking Amida here, remember?
Yeah.
Only Amida, right? It's interesting, it's only wrapped in talis. It's also wrapped in tefillin. I don't know why he leaves out tefillin. Huh? Yeah, no, but why is he leaving that out? That's what my question is. But they wore tefillin back in the day, 1,500 years ago, 2,000 years ago, people wore tefillin a whole day. Like holier people wore tefillin a whole day. No. There is a few individuals, maybe. Few individuals, no, it's not. Okay, proper place, what is implied? One should stand in a low place and turn his face towards the wall. Also, one should open windows or doors that face Jerusalem and pray opposite them, as it states, and he had the windows open in the room facing Jerusalem. A person should establish a fixed place where he always prays. One should not pray in a destroyed building, nor should one pray behind the synagogue unless he turns his face towards the synagogue. It is forbidden to sit down next to someone in the midst of the Amida or pass in front of him except at a distance of 4 cubits, 6 feet, right? Because they're in the middle of their prayer, okay? One should not stand in a place 3 or more handbreadths high and pray. Similarly, he should not pray while standing on a bed, bench, or a chair, right? Because it's a sense of haughtiness. It's not a sense of humility, right? A raised platform that has a surface area of 4 cubits by 4 cubits, 6 by 6, which is the minimum size of a house, is considered like an attic. Thus, one is permitted to pray there. Similarly,
I don't understand the 3 hand width thing. Like, what's it saying? One should not stand in a place 3 or more. Like,
this is a handbreadth.
Yeah, but what's a place like that'd be like this big? How are you gonna stand in a place this big?
High means high on the chair.
Oh, so you shouldn't.
Should
stand-
go get on top of the chair to do a midah, right? That's what it means, right?
But it's not talking about like a platform or something.
Well, I mean, a chair is more than the 3 handbreadths, but let's say you had a platform that's 3 handbreadths high.
Shouldn't stand.
You shouldn't stand on it for the Amida,
Okay.
right? It's more of in a low place, meaning in a humble place, because you're standing before the king. Yeah, should you stand higher than the king?
No.
No, king is always on a platform higher, and the person is lower, right?
Yeah.
That's one is permitted to pray there, right? Similarly, if there's surrounded by walls, even if it is not 4 cubits by 4 cubits, one may pray there, since its height is not noticeable, because it constitutes an area unto itself, right? So the idea is that someone from,
Yeah, someone wants to see you at 10:30.
oh, okay. Okay. Lacha number 8. Craftsmen working at the top of a tree or on top of the board or wall, when the time of the Amida arrives, must descend in order to pray and then return to their work. If they were on top of an olive or a fig tree, they may pray there where they are because the excessive effort involved in descending. Right?
No lift,
Huh?
no lift? I don't.
How are you gonna
Oh.
pray in the tree?
No, they climbed up
Okay.
there. Climbed up. I don't think they had lifts in time. The Rambam,
Okay.
right?
But wouldn't you be like distracted at that time that like you could fall?
They're working over there, so they know, it's excessive effort, and also they're working seemingly for someone. Let's just see. That's what I'm understanding. What is it that they pray? If they're working for meals alone, they recite 3 prayers of 9 blessings. If they're working for wages, they recite, give us understanding. And in either case, they do not lead the congregation or lift up their hands to bless the people, meaning Birchas Kahanim. Okay. Unfortunately, I have to stop here.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Rabbi.
I think everybody else continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.